There was much criticism. I was hospitalized twice because of stress. We call everything stress today, so we'll call it. But the objection was that the female is always given the opportunity, that the black male causes a kind of fear running through the working white hierarchy of television and film and so on and so forth. So he is more difficult for writers and producers to deal with. It is easier to deal with a female. I never disagreed with that. I never disagreed with that. I knew, as we all knew, that at that time, if there was a project for a black actor, it would probably be a female. The only thing that I had in my power was that I felt that it would be impossible for this woman not to date. She should date men that are pursuing her. I'm young, I have a child in the working, so we began to pursue the thoughts of her dating. That was problematic for them at first. Them, I'm talking about the creative people and the producers. But eventually, we allowed Julia to date. It was a major event.
What had happened to your husband?
Well, my husband was, I was a widow. He was killed in the war.
All right.
And she definitely was supporting a child and working. But the dating business was very precarious. We eventually resolved that by allowing me to have 2 or 3 dates that were important. It was very, very important that part of my life was not excluded. We had so little to do with the black community. I was very happy that we had the opportunity to explore that in 1968.
Absolutely.
It was, explaining to my child that Mommy would like to go out to have dinner with. Had never been seen.
Absolutely.
Never been heard of in that context. I know that there are some young comedians who make fun of the fact that we were so corny and so what, but we were dealing with a different time, and many of them don't have any way to relate to that at all. They're just much too young. I mean, to tell them that there were films made and television shows where the husband and wife, white, black, green, or yellow, were not allowed to sleep in the same bed. I think they would find that pretty astonishing too, but it did happen. That was our culture at the time.
How did you handle the criticism?
Very often I chose not to handle the criticism, and I directed the criticism to the creative powers that be. I am merely an actor. I do what I can. We have injected several things that were my ideas, and Hal was kind enough to fight for them so that we could have them as a part of the show. Write to your congressman. Write to 20th Century Fox. Write to NBC. Confront the credits are there at the end of the show. And don't let me feel that I'm standing here alone. Help me. And I think we received a lot of mail, a lot of criticism in the beginning, and that's when I was hospitalized for not a long time, maybe a week, something like that. But for the most part, looking back, realizing what we were trying to do at that time, what we were given, the parameters, I feel proud of it. I feel that it made a difference. It was the beginning of a new kind of approach. And I think shortly after we were on the air, Mod Squad came along. And I don't remember when I Spy came along.
It was 65.
65.
Yes.
And that was something that had never been on the air before.
That's
partners.
Right. That's right.
Black and white partners.
That's right.
So we were all breaking down these walls that could never be. And it was exciting. It was very exciting to be a part of that. And I
But
think it has a lot to do, it has a great deal to do, more than many of us recognize, with what we are seeing today.